Fighting out of the blue corner, standing with head trainer Andre Rozier, wearing brown, official weight, 159 1/4 pounds. As a professional, 25 victories, including 18 knockouts with 3 defeats. From Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, the challenger, the power-punching KO artist, Curtis. It's my time, Stevens. And fighting out of the red corner with his head trainer, Abel Sanchez, wearing gray with black, officially weighing 159 1/2 pounds. As a professional, 27 fights, 27 victories, including 24 knockouts with 14 straight knockouts and the highest KO percentage in middleweight world champions history. From Karaganda, Kazakhstan, the reigning, defending, undefeated WBA IBO middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Let's go, boxers. We went over the instructions already. Trunk levels are good. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Curtis Stevens' uncle and trainer, Andre Rozier, says there are many avenues to a knockout. Concussion, breaking down from physical abuse, psychological submission. Almost no one thinks this fight is going the distance. What avenue are we about to take?
And Jim, one more thing I want to say. There was one more fascinating fighter from Brooklyn, and his name happens to be Mark Breland.
Here we go, guys.
Another knockout puncher.
You better believe it.
Round one begins. Very quickly, let's bring in our rules expert, Steve Weisfeld. Steve, tell us something about referee Harvey Dock.
Harvey is a 10-year pro ref who is a former amateur standout. He's very quick to respond to situations and quicker than most referees to break fighters. Harvey gives boxers in major fights the benefit of the doubt to fight their way out of trouble, so I do not expect a premature stoppage tonight.
Curtis Stevens' big shot is his left hooks. He just tried one against Golovkin moments ago. Golovkin lands a left hook of his own.
Stevens hits you on the chin with a left hook. It doesn't matter who you are. You got to go.
Well, Triple G is doing a good job starting out early with his jab, trying to keep Stevens away from him so he can't land that left hook.
Golovkin has a stiff, penetrating jab. Think George Foreman. Think Lennox Lewis. Stevens is at 5 feet 7 inches and with a 2-inch reach disadvantage from the armpit to the end of the fifth. Not likely to want to be in a jabbing contest with Golovkin. Golovkin also throws very hard body shots. So does Stevens. There's a little left hook upstairs for Curtis, and now a right cross.
Stevens also is a pretty quick fighter, and he himself had a pretty good amateur background.
Very quick fighter.
Golovkin lands a right cross, first one he throws. Stevens takes it very well. Golovkin with a little straight right lead. Has a look of tremendous determination on his face here.
Has the look of a guy that knows what's in front of him.
Bringing that right hand pretty far back against the guy with a good left hook, Roy.
Left hook for Golovkin. Curtis Stevens has been relatively conservative through much of the first round here, keeping his gloves up and focusing on defense. Now he tries a big shot and lands a right cross. And Golovkin backs away. Not the common thing to see Golovkin backing away from a guy, but he respects Stevens' power.
And
good left hook.
Stevens' speed has him taken aback a little bit too.
Kind of smart for Golovkin to back up, just not to give Stevenson too much room, though. Because he's the taller fighter, so no need to stay there. Make the taller fighter have to reach for you a little bit.
Good right hand for Golovkin. Stevens again takes it well. His chin has shown up pretty good in the first round.
And I think he landed a hook of his own then, too, Jim.
Final 10 seconds of round one. Golovkin wants to punctuate the round with something. Gets in a right cross.
Okay, make sure we get that jab going. And once in a while, I want to see you touch the arms. Okay? I want you to make him drop his arms a little bit. Straight right hand once in a while by itself. Okay? Then we have a little water. Very good, but the jab has got to be established, okay? Double pump the jab too once in a while. Deep breath.
Let's double up on that jab. Here and here. When you get close, touch him to the body. Don't hesitate there. All right? A little bounce, you'll make him miss all day.
Yo, you're not moving to your right, baby.
All right?
To the right. You hear me?
Use that jab,
Come on,
Kurt.
he ain't nothing, Kurt.
Don't make him brave.
Yeah, every time you push him back, baby.
Don't make him
Put it
brave.
on, put it on
Quick
me.
hands. Quick hands will win it. Let's go. Hurry up, let's go.
Curtis Stevens may already have a small cut above the right eye. They were working the eyebrow in his corner. You heard them asking him to move to his right and throw some body shots when he gets close. Abel Sanchez asked Gennady Golovkin to double his jab. CompuBox numbers in the first round: Golovkin 17 out of 75, Stevens 8 out of 37. Golovkin with a 9-7 edge in power shots landed. There's an air of tension in the arena here as everybody waits for the fireworks, expecting something big to land.
And the threat of that has already dulled Golovkin's normal early rounds attack.
And Stevens landed a left hook that knocked Golovkin's head back.
And everybody wants to see how one fighter takes the other fighter's punch.
There's a fighter named Darnell Boone. Almost beat Kovalev, lost a very close split decision. Knocked out Adonis Stevenson. Knocked down Andre Ward, the only pro to do it. Curtis Stevens beat him pretty easily. Stevens can fight. And because of the power, is probably the greatest threat to Golovkin in the division at the moment. He's got to figure out a way to get those shots home.
Well, other than the threat that a healthy Sergio Martinez might outbox him.
Several years ago was the last time we saw a healthy Sergio Martinez.
That's true. That is entirely true. Not likely he'll ever reach full 100% health again.
Be great to see it, though.
I'm liking what we're seeing right here in front of us tonight.
Not a lot has happened so far, but there is this sense of dramatic tension because of the power.
It's a chess match to see who can land the power first, who can feint who out of position and land that good clean shot.
Meanwhile, amid the chess match, Golovkin is scoring with his jab.
And they asked for the same punch out of Stevens' corner, but he's not throwing it as much.
Big left hook for Golovkin. Stevens gets in a body shot. That's what his corner wanted. Right hand for Golovkin. Stevens with another little counter left hook. Misses the left hook there. Golovkin goes back to the jab.
Good right hand by Golovkin.
Good left hook by Golovkin. And down goes Stevens. There it is. Cossack Thunder in round number 2. And Stevens doesn't look all that good as he gets up. And now Gennady will go for the kill. 15 seconds in the round. He runs across the ring. Bangs Stevens into the ropes. 10 seconds to go in the round. Body shot. Looking upstairs. Misses with the left hook. Lands a right hand. Wobbles Stevens with it. One more right hand, and the round comes to a close.
You all right, Pop?
I'm good. That's where you are, Curtis. Yo, give me that quick count.
Good. All right, man. Kurt.
Pull back enough.
Exactly. You're backing up too much on him. You hear me?
Yes.
Come on, baby.
Get your hands up.
Yo, Kurt, come on. You don't fall apart mentally, baby. Don't get this motherfucker, baby. You hurt him with a hook. But you can't make him break.
DC Triple Z with a lead left hook, and he followed it by an even better left hook that sent Curtis Stevens to the camera. The first right hook was a great setup punch. It was a beautiful lead left hook that caught him flush on the chin, but the second one really did the damage. DC, the first one, and followed by the second one. The second one right there was a real punch, real meaningful punch.
And the look on Stevens' face there says 1,000 words. That was a face that said, wow.
What said the most to me was that he got up, looked at his corner, covered up, made it through the round, and even threw a left hook back.
Now Stevens lands a left hook.
And this is why Golovkin's the heavy favorite here, because he has the means to land the heavy thunder. It's much more probable that he does because he's a superior technical fighter in addition to having the punching power.
Well, he had been trying to show Stevens all night that his hook was just as good or better than Stevens is.
Stevens not letting his hands go now as Golovkin jabs him into position in the corner, throws a right cross, gets in a left hook to the body. Now Stevens fires back a counter right hand. Uppercut by Golovkin. First one he's thrown.
Golovkin is being careful as he pursues his advantages because of the punching power coming back at him.
And that jab is really what's setting up everything for Golovkin. Stevens' corner asked for the jab, but he's not throwing it as much.
Seems to be uninterested in trying to trade jabs with Golovkin, probably worried about leaving himself open to the right hand. Golovkin has made an impression with both power shots, the left hook and the right hand.
And now I would be surprised to see a thunderous body shot by Golovkin soon here.
Two big right crosses by Golovkin. Stevens takes them pretty well.
Partially blocked both of them.
Minute left in the third round as Stevens backs into the ropes. And Golovkin looks for the opportunity to land something big.
But again, hesitant to go to the body with real force because of the power of Stevens.
And the possibility of a counter shot.
Doesn't
Right
want to
hand
trade
over the top by Golovkin.
Doesn't want to trade a body shot for a headshot this early in the fight against a big puncher.
Wear him down a little bit first.
Exactly.
But hard to wear a guy down when you're not going to the body.
There it was.
Body shot, there it was. Left hook to the liver. Right hand upstairs. Stevens throws a couple punches. Golovkin backs away. Thoroughly in control here, but being careful even as he measures Stevens for power shots.
So far, the fight's gone according to Hoyle.
Another body shot by Golovkin. Stevens gets out of that round. Curtis Stevens' mom, Tanya Rozier, sister of his trainer, Andre Rozier. Clearly, small case of nerves as she watches this.
You're making him brave. Where's that water at? Kurt. Stick the jab and press him. You making it easy for him. You gotta close the gaps. You gotta close the gap, Kurt. You're giving him room to work. Okay. Come on, Pop. Come on, push that motherfucker back. Give me a deep breath. Let me see that 1, 2.
And then throw combinations, upstairs, downstairs, and back. Up.
When you go here, go to the body too.
Gennady Golovkin has the kind of relationship with Abel Sanchez that he believes will carry him all the way through his career. Counting box numbers in the third, Golovkin threw 103 punches, landed 29 of them. Stevens was 6 of 22. In other words, Golovkin landed more than Stevens threw Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Chip. I got a 3 rounds to nothing, 30-26, Gennady Golovkin. You know, Chip, this guy hardly misses a punch as I see it. I mean, I'm sitting there watching him, and he's throwing out that left jab, and it just keeps landing and landing and landing. And when he throws the hook, it lands. And when he throws the right hand, it lands. I mean, if you watch this, incredibly accurate guy. He just keeps coming forward like a machine, and he's beating up Curtis Stevens. End the story. 3-0, Gennady Golovkin.
Making Stevens keep his hands at home with his offense. That's why Stevens is not throwing so many punches. He has to be so much on the defensive that he can't punch.
Stevens at least is starting to move forward now.
You got to start with that jab, though, Max. He's just walking forward, he's just leaving himself open as a target. Putting the jab out would allow him to see what punches to throw.
Body shot by Stevens, and another one. Drives Golovkin into the ropes. Best offense we've seen from Curtis Stevens since the first round.
Yeah, he at least has some success coming forward, which
Lands a jab, does Curtis Stevens.
Well, the shorter fighter always is supposed to come forward anyway. Why would you fight a guy longer than you on the outside?
Stevens trying to work his way into the fight.
Good jab.
I think you had to give Stevens at least that 3rd round just to clear his head after the 2nd round knockdown.
Of course, of course.
Watch your heads.
Now let's listen to Andre Rozier in Stevens' corner for a few seconds and hear what he's telling his fighter as the round progresses. Oh, big body shot by Golovkin.
Think he's playing possum here, Roy, or was he hurt by the body shot?
He was hurt by the body shot.
Another body shot for Golovkin, this with the right hand. He's got Stevens pinned against the ropes. And now Stevens erupts with 2 good clean shots. And knocks Golovkin back and lands a left hook and brings some excitement to the Brooklyn fans in the crowd. Biggest rally of the fight now for Curtis Stevens.
Those are clean shots he's landing.
Had he fought that last right hand with the left hook, would have
The right hand. Golovkin lands an uppercut and a left hook. Taking advantage of Stevens' offense to counter with a couple of shots down the stretch.
Don't let him back into this, okay? You gotta stay busy. Don't let him back into this, all right? No free shots out there. Little grease bend. What happened to it? Don't take it off, Max. All right, good jab, good hooks. But you gotta stay busy. You can't sit back and wait. Sometimes you gotta press him and back him up a little bit, pop you a little bit. Doesn't have to be a hard getter. You just gotta set something up. All right? Deep breath. Good jab. All right, keep him at the distance. Okay. You okay? Okay. Deep breath. Just busy.
He see Curtis Stevens coming forward with a 1-2, followed by a little short jab hook. Was a good punch, probably his best punch of the fight.
Power shots in round 4. Golovkin 19 out of 51. Stevens 14 out of 31. Twice as well as he had done in any previous round.
On replay, you saw Golovkin actually did a good defensive job there, parrying with his shoulder and then taking most of the sting off of the left hand.
Stop. Don't leave it out there. Let's go.
That last round should have encouraged Stevens to come forward more.
Golovkin knocking him back with the jab. Lands a right hand over the top. Stevens much more aggressive than he was in the first 3 rounds. Now countering Golovkin's big stuff with big stuff of his own. Lands a left hook there.
Like Max said, maybe his head is starting to clear now from that first round knockdown.
And he's showing his hand speed.
2nd round knockdown.
The 2nd round.
Stevens is starting to land those sweat-flying punches, and you still don't get the sense that he's really connected with his money punches yet.
Golovkin back to doubling and tripling with the jab, something he didn't do much of in rounds 3 and 4, something which helped to set up the knockdown in round 2.
Still don't like to see the shorter fighter back up.
By Stevens. Momentarily wobbled Golovkin.
Good right hand.
That didn't look like the left hook got all of Golovkin, or Golovkin might not be standing right now.
Good body shot by Stevens. He's way into the fight now.
He does so much better when he attacks first. Good hook by
Good left hook by Golovkin, right on the chin. Right cross lands.
When Golovkin works behind that jab, it's very difficult to deal with his offense.
We've seen how Stevens has reacted to a real good left hook that floored him from Golovkin. We have yet to see how Golovkin's going to react when Steven catches him with a real good shot flush. And that may happen based on how often Stevens has been able to land on Golovkin the last couple rounds.
One thing you see here is how well Golovkin cuts off the rings. Stalking, keeping you in his sights the whole time. Saturday, November 16, make sure you catch Mike Tyson, Undisputed Truth. This HBO film special, directed by Spike Lee, brings Tyson's one-man show from the live stage to the TV screen. Later that same night, on World Championship Boxing, it's the return of one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the business, as super middleweight champion Andre Ward takes on undefeated challenger Edwin Rodriguez. Vladimir Klitschko again at ringside. His promotional company, K2, the promoter for Gennady Golovkin. Curtis Stevens is promoted by Main Events. Power shots in round 5. They both landed 9. Golovkin had to throw 31 to get that. Stevens 9 out of 24, but Golovkin landed 17 of 59 jabs overall, throwing 90 punches in the round.
Curtis Stevens is a very compact type of a fighter. Doesn't throw too much wild, very controlled with his attack, and he does so much better when he comes forward and does not sit back and wait on Gennady Golovkin. But when he waits, Golovkin lands that jab, and it starts his offense off, and whoever gets their offense started first seems to be the benefactor of the outcome of the combinations.
Saw another Golovkin wrinkle moments ago, hooking off the jab. Something Eastern European fighters seem to do very well. Body shot for Golovkin.
Even though Golovkin's won all the rounds, Stevens is exposing a vulnerability to speed here. Then you mentioned Sergio Martinez. Jim, Sergio Martinez is still very fast and hits sneaky hard. And this fight is a long way from over.
Good right uppercut by Stevens.
Checking Golovkin's chin with the right uppercut. He's landed some good shots in this round. Now Golovkin with a body shot and a right cross, and momentarily hurts Stevens.
Hurt him bad with that body shot.
Good comeback uppercut and a right cross by Stevens. And the left hook. Golovkin trying to measure him one more time. Right cross for Golovkin. Body shot, uppercut, right cross, right cross.
Golovkin's got to be careful with that uppercut, that right uppercut.
You got to be careful of everything when he's under attack like this.
Tempting to throw it against a shorter fighter leaning in, but with a counter left hook like that, it's a dangerous punch to throw for Golovkin.
Another right cross lands for Golovkin. Very active round for Gennady, who wobbled Stevens with a couple of shots and is still seeking a knockout as the round progresses. Good left hook for Stevens. That's the counter shot Golovkin has to worry about. Golovkin's winning it, but it's a real fight as we get within 40 seconds of the midway point.
Yeah, it's nothing easy for him.
Another good combination for Gennady as he pins Stevens in the corner and looks to land something else big.
And even as he beats Stevens up and seems to break him down, you just get this sense that Stevens remains very dangerous with his punching power.
Of course he's very dangerous, and they're close. So that's where his arms are most dangerous at, is close fighting.
This has been a brilliant round for Golovkin, who did great offensive work throughout the whole 3 minutes.
Destroy you on the road. We asked you to stay in the middle of the ring.
You're losing this. Come on, baby.
Kurt, get the N12 on the eye, Mike. The other eye. Listen to me. Keep in the center of the ring. Keep working from the middle of the ring. Stop backing up to those ropes. It's not a good place for you. Don't you understand that yet? Stay in the middle of the ring and keep working in the circle. Yeah, we good.
Here's the Gennady Golovkin doing his best up and down work. Left uppercut to the head, but left body shot, which brought the hands down. Then followed a jab with the overhand right crisp on the jaw. And I think his mother seen enough. She had to get out for a minute. And you can't blame her because no mother wants to watch their son take punishment like that.
Golovkin in round 6 landed 41 out of 102. His high numbers for the fight, 18 of 47 for Stevens. And yes, you saw Stevens' mom momentarily leave the arena. Who knows whether she'll come back. Harold, you get to stay the whole fight. And how do you have it?
Okay, Jim, 6-0. 60 to 53, Gennady Golovkin. You know, Jim, you got to give him an extra point for the knockout of round 2. But I got to tell you something. This is interesting. At the start of round 5, Harvey Dock won Gennady Golovkin for measuring Curtis Stevens. And, you know, Gennady does that a lot. The Klitschko's do it all the time. Look, he's doing it right now. He sticks the left hand out and he doesn't pull it back. And Harvey Dock said, you know, you can't measure the guy. My interpretation is this. If the glove is closed, you can measure the guy. But Harvey Dock is telling him no. 6-0, Gennady Golovkin.
And we're told that Mrs. Rozier, or actually Tanya Rozier, excuse me, mother of Curtis Stevens, has returned to her seat at ringside. So she just took a little walk.
A lot of people have to do that. I had an aunt that had to walk the whole time I fought. Whether I was winning or losing, she had to walk the entire time. So sometimes you just got to walk the nerves off.
When Vince Dooley was coaching the Georgia Bulldogs in football, his beautiful wife, Barbara, used to walk the perimeter of the upper deck of the stadium through the entire game.
Golovkin's got a little bulldog in front of him right now. The corner wanted to know why Stevens was against the ropes. I think it was those body shots by Golovkin in the last round, but here Stevens is trying his best to stay in the middle of the ring.
And now Golovkin tries to back him up again. Stevens has listened to his trainer, who told him stay in the middle of the ring. But now Golovkin backs him to the ropes. And you heard Andre Rozier say it's not a good place for you. This is the corner where Golovkin has hurt him twice before.
Golovkin's done a great job avoiding those whistling left hook counters.
Yeah, he is.
But they still come here and there from Stevens.
And for Golovkin, though, he doesn't really have to beat his post. He should stay out with his jab and just outbox Stevens. Don't even give him a chance to land the big shot. But the Abel Sanchez style of wanting to get him out of there is making him go ahead and push the issue.
And the fans appreciate that kind of risk-taking, and it's one of the reasons Golovkin's becoming a fan favorite.
Good right hand by Stevens, backs Golovkin off. And he lands a little left hook. Just at the moment when Golovkin was trying to mount another big onslaught, Stevens finally caught him with one of those punishing power shots.
Now, on the inside, when you get him up against the ropes again, I don't want you standing directly in front of him. Slide over a little bit, okay? Slide over a little bit on this side, slide over, but don't shift a lot. Just slide over a little bit, okay? There we go.
Push him around. Yeah. He don't punch when you do that.
He's not that strong, Kurt. You're letting him feel like he's strong, man.
You giving him the ground.
Kurt, listen to me. God, this is the 8th round. Please, man, give me a little drill on him. Stay up on him. If you give me one drill, I guarantee you hurt him.
Kurt,
Yo, you think
use your speed, man, and stop backing up. Okay.
Yo,
side to side, and stop backing up. Come on, Kurt.
I've run a workout.
Come on, where's that hard?
Roy, what do you think of a corner where 3 guys talk to you at once?
Very difficult to ingest all of that because so many instructions coming from so many places.
But the main one was do the drill on him. They've obviously rehearsed sequences where Curtis is throwing punches and backing him up, and they want to see that from him.
7th round, balanced attack for Golovkin, 17 of 52 jabs, 27 of 48 power punches, 44 of 100 overall. Tremendous round for Triple G.
Curtis' left eye starting to close from the overhand right of Triple G.
Crowd chanting Triple G, Triple G.
So the avenues to a knockout that Rozier, his uncle and trainer, talked to us about yesterday. Concussion. Golovkin's the guy who knocked him down with a punch. Submission, I don't see either guy submitting right now. And physical abuse. And Golovkin so far is beating him on the physical abuse.
Yeah, but Stevens in the last minute has landed a flush left hook, a hard body shot with the left hand, a right cross, all hard shots which don't yet discourage Golovkin in any way.
Oh, good left uppercut by Golovkin.
Golovkin keeps his chin tucked well, even if he doesn't always move his head. So he does get hit, but...
Really hard body shot by Golovkin, and Stevens backs up into the ropes again. He might have hurt him with that body shot.
He did, Jim. He did.
Now right hand body shot. Stevens with a counter left hook to try to relieve the pressure. Golovkin, pressure, pressure, pressure. Hard right cross.
He's breaking him down now, Jim.
Yeah, it looks like if we get a knockout by Golovkin, it's going to be the submission of will variety.
Or body shot.
Physical abuse. I see Curtis breaking down physically.
Tremendous left-hand body shots by Golovkin, 3 of them in this round. Thunder on the liver.
And Golovkin's still alert enough to back off those up.
Hard right-hand body shot. Uppercut. Stevens is taking some brutal abuse here in the 8th round. Still trying. Courage of Curtis Stevens. Bleeding from the nose now. Incipient beatdown in Madison Square Garden. Stevens seeming to give in just a little bit here. Landed a left shot off the ropes. Harvey Dock watching. Watching.
About to stop this one.
Dangerous fight right now for Stevens because he's throwing back just enough to stop the ref from stopping it.
Big right cross by Golovkin. Whipping Curtis Stevens into the corner. And he makes it out of round 8.
That's it.
And they're going to stop it in the corner.
That's a great stoppage.
Andre Rozier had seen enough.
That's a great stoppage because the temptation with a guy who hits like Stevens, who showed the heart that Stevens has tonight, getting up from the knockdown and still landing shots as he's getting beaten up. The temptation is to let him continue fighting because you think he always has a chance to win. They did the right thing, Jim.
Absolutely right. That face tells you everything about why they stopped the fight. Golovkin closed the show, landing 56 of 101 power shots in that round. And it gets a Roy Jones wow. Well, it wasn't the brutal, thunderous one-punch knockout that we've been accustomed to seeing from him. This was a gradual, systematic, technically pure beatdown.
A real beatdown. But
let's take a look at what prompted Rozier to make the decision at the end of the round. Roy?
Yeah, he see Gennady Golovkin constantly on attack. He knew he had him hurt. He knew he was starting to show bad vibes from the punches, showing the effects of him on his face, on his body, the way he was reacting to him. So Gennady just kept the attack up, and the referee realized that the kid Stevens looked like he didn't really want much more.
I think it was a combination of the trainer and the referee. They both saw the same thing. They both came to the same conclusion.
Exactly.
Michael Buffer with the particulars on the TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Harvey Dock, at the urging of the challenger's corner, calls a halt to the contest. The official time, the knockout comes at the end of round number 8. The winner by that KO victory, still undefeated and still middleweight champion of the world from Kazakhstan, the undefeated Gennady Triple G